Today, we're diving into one of the most famous dreams in all of history. But what's so wild is that this vision wasn't given to some king in a fancy palace. Nope, it was given to a man on the run, literally sleeping in the dirt. This is the story of Jacob's ladder. So let's just picture this for a second. Jacob isn't some hero on a noble quest right now. He is a fugitive. He's running for his life from his brother Esau, who has every intention of killing him. He's totally alone, out in the middle of nowhere, and when the sun goes down, he grabs the nearest rock to use as a pillow. I mean, this story starts not with comfort, but with absolute desperation. And that's really the big question we're tackling here, isn't it? How does this one moment, a desperate guy sleeping on a rock, become a major turning point in history? How can a single dream end up laying the foundation for an entire people and a legacy that would echo across the globe? Well, that's what we're going to get into. But here's the thing, Jacob isn't just running away from his brother, he's also running towards a mission. His father Isaac gives him some super specific instructions before he leaves. This whole trip isn't just about finding a wife, it's about preserving a very specific family line to inherit the incredible blessing that was first promised to his grandfather Abraham. And this really just puts a spotlight on the insane family drama he's leaving behind. Jacob, for all his scheming, is actually doing what his parents told him to do. Esau, on the other hand, is just reacting. When he sees what Jacob's doing, he suddenly realizes his own wives aren't making his parents happy. So he makes a sort of strategic move and marries a daughter of Ishmael to try and get back in their good graces. You can just feel the tension. So Jacob takes off. He's heading from Beersheba all the way to Haran, and he is completely on his own. As the sun sets, he just stops, right where he is. It's not a special destination, not an inn, just a random spot in the wilderness. And it's right here, in this totally ordinary, unremarkable place, that something absolutely extraordinary is about to go down. And then the dream hits. First, Jacob sees a stairway, or a ladder, that connects the very ground he's on all the way up into the heavens. It's like a bridge between our world and another. Then he sees angels moving up and down on it. And finally, standing at the very top of it all is the Lord himself. The vision just builds piece by piece, getting more and more intense. And this is the climax of the whole thing, a direct, personal message straight from God. For this lonely fugitive who's literally at rock bottom, this is a promise of presence and protection. I mean, think about it. At his absolute lowest point, Jacob gets the most profound reassurance you could possibly imagine. This one sentence changes everything. So let's break this promise down. It's really got 4 parts, and it's a direct callback to the one God made with his grandfather Abraham. First, God promises him the land he's sleeping on. Second, he promises him descendants, so many they'll be like the dust of the earth. Third, a legacy that will bless the entire world. But then there's that 4th layer, the one that's just for him right now. I am with you, that personal protection. So when Jacob wakes up, his reaction is just sheer awe. His first words are basically, whoa, God is in this place and I had no idea. He's terrified, but it's that good kind of fear, the kind that comes from reverence. He realizes he didn't just crash in some random field. He stumbled upon a place where heaven and earth literally meet. And to mark this incredible realization, he renames the place. It used to be called Luz, but Jacob calls it Bethel, which literally means house of God. This is so key. He is actively turning this physical spot into holy ground because of what he experienced there. Jacob doesn't just wake up, shake it off, and continue his journey. He does something real, something tangible. He takes that very rock that he used as a pillar, a symbol of his hardship really, and he sets it up as a memorial pillar. Then he anoints it with oil, consecrating it, and transforming an object of discomfort into an altar of remembrance. Okay, now Jacob's response to all this is fascinating, and just so very human. After this mind-blowing divine encounter, he makes a vow. But listen to how it starts, with a whole series of conditions. If God will be with me, if he will protect me, if he will provide. He's not just blindly accepting this, he's laying out terms. It's a surprisingly practical, almost transactional response. And here's the kicker to his vow. It's only after all of his ifs are met that Jacob commits. Then the Lord will be his God. Then he'll give back 1/10 of everything. You see what's happening? This isn't just blind faith. It's more like a negotiation based on the incredible promise he just received. And this just leaves us with a really thought-provoking idea to chew on. Jacob's big spiritual journey doesn't kick off with a huge leap of faith. It starts with a deal. It begins with this incredible, undeniable vision, sure, but it's followed up with a very practical, conditional vow. And it makes you wonder, right? Does a faith journey have to start with absolute certainty, or can it sometimes begin as a kind of negotiation between our very human needs and a divine promise?